What's going on, guys? This is Jay, aka Card Hub, and this is a very special episode, the pilot episode of Project Card Hub presents Know Your Breaker, where we actually feature the breakers that host the box breaks that we've been joining the last couple of months, maybe a year for most of us. So again, we'll be featuring every week, hopefully, the different box breakers. No, kasi we've not seen them for the longest time. Some of them does not have the shared second cam, or some of them bihira ang face reveal. Pero right now you'll be able to see them in person, and maybe you can ask the questions or several questions for them to answer. Right? But right now, our first episode, we're happy to feature one of the pioneers in the box breaking community. We have the biggest, actually, with 3,700 plus followers or members sa kanilang Facebook group. This is Manila Box Breaks, where we have boss Nico Rocha, the head breaker, and the godfather of Manila Box Breaks, boss Jolo, Galan. Good evening, sirs.
Hello, good evening, what's up? Sir Jay.
Perfect. All right. So, tell us more about yourself first, para muna, before we go to Manila Box Breaks. We want to make sure that we know the humble beginnings of Manila Box Breaks. But first, siguro, more about yourself. Okay, boss Nico Rocha. Tell us more. Where did you, or when did you start joining the hobby?
All right, I can go first, or Jolo, or any of us could go first.
Boss Nico.
I think properly it's Jolo. Ako wala.
Yes.
Oh, sige. All right, for me, I started with the hobby, I think, January 2019, and then I just started collecting whoever I want from what was available during that time. So Zion, Hero at the time was a hot name.
Right.
And then collected some Currys, Kobe. Yeah, since I didn't have like a set player that I would want to keep. Mm-hmm. So during that time in 2019, at the peak of that was before the pandemic, because the pandemic started March. So January I was just doing it on my own, and then found Manila Box Breaks August of 2020. So that's how I started. And then I think for the proper introduction to Manila Box Breaks, it would be Jolo. So I would be transitioning to him on how he started. But that's for me. That's on a personal level. That's how I started, because it wasn't pandemic yet, but I just wanted to get into cards, basically.
Right. Tapos naman kay Sir Jolo, no, as Boss Nico did mention, he joined August 2020 sa Manila Box Breaks. No? Yes, personally, before we started Manila Box Breaks, how did you get into the hobby?
Actually, yung love ko for sports cards started talaga sa high school. Mm-hmm. Meron akong mga cards. Actually, before I started collecting again, I found yung book, yung binder ko na luma. But unfortunately, nung high school ako, super hate ko pala si Kobe noon, kasi wala akong Kobe cards back then. Pero I had some few LeBron cards and Jordan cards. Pero ang main talaga na kinokollect ko before was mainly sa mga players ng LA Clippers and Reggie Miller, yung mga cards ko. So even before, I love cards, pero yung collection ko was really just for collecting, not for the type of collecting that we are doing right now.
Medyo iba talaga dati, no?
Nung 22, yung talagang going to sa Makati kasi ako nag-high school. So, going to dun sa Plaza Fair, going to the sports card shop, and then magbubuklat ng mga bindings. So,
yes.
Somehow nostalgic for me na I got into cards. Then now sa breaking community.
Perfect. Good to know, no? Na talagang medyo malalim talaga yung mga pinanggalingan natin ng sa sports cards no before we started this box break groups no. So right now, we'll proceed no along the way nagsimula ang Manila Box Breaks. I've started Card Hub, andito na ang Manila Box Breaks. So, how did it all start? Kailan siya nagsimula and how did MLab came about?
Let me do these honors. Pero big part talaga din yung pagtulong sa akin ni Nico Rocha. Pero I started Manila Box Breaks way back then.
Syempre may story yan. Papasok ko mamaya. Kwento mo muna yan.
September 2020. I discovered yung mga box breaks. Yung actually, it's an honor to be considered one of the pioneers in the breaking community, but highly respected ko talaga yung mga pioneers talaga din, si Box Break PH, Break Brothers, and yung talagang way back before then, yung Titan Breaks, yung sila Patrick Tolentino, yun yung mga idol ko din na nag-start ITZ as well. So, I just started Manila Box Break just to have a community na parang just to share the hobby kasi way back then okay pa na yung medyo yung box prices medyo mahal. So, I just wanted to have this just a small community, very small dream lang, and then yun, Manila Box Breaks happened. And then, first, I started just alone, and then we got expanded way back 2020, and now together with Nico and Jet and the other Nico as well.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Ikaw naman Boss Nico no. I mean, thank you very much Boss Jolo for giving us a quick history of Manila Box Breaks no. And we're very very happy that you've mentioned ating ibang mga pioneers sila DPH, sila Libro, sila Titan, sila ITZ. Kay Boss Nico naman, how did you get to join Manila Box Breaks?
Yeah, that's the funny story, no. So I started joining MLab 3. So I joined, di ba, Jolo tama no, mga 3, mga ganun. Basta yung single digits pa. Basta yun yung pioneer ata. I saw Jolo's post in BST, or I think BST was the first group that I joined when it didn't have much restrictions yet. So I saw that Manila Box Break was posting there. Sabi ko, oh, cheap ng prices because that's Chronicles, diba? I didn't know what Chronicles was. All I know was that alam ko may Prism, alam ko may what do you go? I know there are other boxes like Revolution, whatever. So when I saw what's Chronicles, I gave it a look. I went to Manila Box Breaks and I joined. I think that was like 600 a slot before, and that was when Optic was cheap as hell. That was a Optic ng Zion year before everything went up. So, pero it all went up like 2-3 months after. So mabilis rin yung transition. But at that time, that was like we were doing below 1K breaks ng Optic Mega.
Optic Mega, sobrang good product before, but it really went up talaga.
That was Zion year, no? That was Zion's year.
Zion's
2019. Year. Circling back, no, I wanted to really know. Kasi there's always a history and there's always a story behind the name. Yung bang Manila Box Breaks was unanimous na gusto ko talaga Manila Box Breaks yung pangalan, or was there any list of choices of you guys coming up with the name?
Actually, yung name I reside talaga here sa Manila, and then actually nagtingin rin ako syempre ng mga names ng mga box breaks, and then I figured that hindi pa sikat yung name na sa Manila, and then so yun lang. Wala man na other name. Siguro kung Cavite, kasi taga Cavite ako, pero I reside in Manila. And it's like more medyo official and legit yung name. So I got into that name.
Cool.
And then approved naman din yun nung nung nag-expand kami, okay din naman dun sa the rest. So we continued with the name.
Cool, that's a good one. And Boss Nico, no, if you can remember, as you joined M Lab 3, sabi mo kanina, M Lab 3.
Yeah, or earlier pa nga daw eh. Siyempre,
earlier.
malaman ni Jolo yun.
Can you remember how many box break groups were there during that time that we can join? Siyempre, ngayon, we've been like at least 70 box breaks groups in my last count. Ang dami na natin ngayon. How many groups were there that you'll be able to join back in?
Okay, so I'll start off as a perspective from someone who was a joiner before, malakas sumali.
Mhm.
So I used to join HXM. I used to join ITZ because love ko charisma ni Maki. That's how I'm drawn to breakers. So like it's either they're funny, my charisma. Iba. I can't really pinpoint what kind of breaker people go towards. But ako si Maki kasi medyo benta yung mga hirit ni Maki eh. So when he was breaking pa yun, tapos Marv, Chua, HXM, I used to join him as well. Tapos, what do you call this? Si Jolo. And then before, basta less than 10, nakakount ko pa. Nakakount ko pa.
Less than 10, no? So
less than 10, yung sinasalihan ko. Pero yung mga, siguro at that time, there was, what do you call this? 20 groups?
Less than 20.
At 20, no? Was there any, how was the competition back then, Boss Jolo? It was there, syempre, hindi naman ganun kadami pa yung mga bumalik sa hobby or nag-start sa hobby during that time. Not really competition, but yung market division from different groups. Was there any, syempre, I can see you guys doing quick fills all around every day, no? Was there any challenge or how was the challenge of filling your breaks back then? How often do you drop breaks or fills, and how often do you do quick, or how many joiners do you expect in a day?
When I was alone pa lang sa Manila Box Breaks, so mahirap yung fields noon talaga. It's a struggle kasi very small market, you don't have a name yet. So, and syempre, sobrang dami ng established. So, it's really parang tiyaga lang talaga sa pag-promote ng box breaks. Like what most breakers do, posting kaya thankful din ako dun sa mga admin ng mga card communities, NBA collectors, TCC, BST, yung pangmasa, yun. Kaya thankful ako sa kanya sa promoting. And with regard to yung dati kasi ay hirap eh, basta may prepared lang na mga breaks, and then when it is available na ma-feel, somehow dati days, ganun.
Pero the products are always there, no? Wala naman right now kasi unahan tayo sa products na dumarating, especially kapag yung mga sa Philippines na mismo yung tindahan or yung shops or yung stores for us to get before mabilis ang product.
Just to build up on what Jolo said, no, before it would take us, of course, maalala ko yun, that was the days that I think breaks 1 to 50, 60. That was the 1-on-1 days. We were taking minis, we were making fatals. That was, to be honest kasi, it was expensive. Before, last year, you can't break prism hangers and blasters or megas. Unlike now, where it's a staple in a lot of breaks. Last year was too bad. It's either you do mosaic hangers and then just find like a hobby box to mix it with. It was limited yung boxes that you can use.
Yes.
So ngayon naman mas okay and mas mura.
Right. So talagang meron talagang peak and valley yung mga products that we've got from before, no, and compared to that. At least right now, you can see na yung mga products, lalo let's say Court Kings very, very, uh, no, lahat yata across the board has already did a break with
The product.
product, no? Minsan pa nga, case breaks eh. Before talaga, bihira yung hobby and blasters ng
Yes,
phone.
yes.
No?
Hmm.
Right. So let's transition naman, sir, no? From starting the group and maintaining naman your group to 3,000, close to 4,000 members na, and close to for almost no 400 milestone break nila. Hopefully this most likely this August, no. What was your journey from starting to building your group from 0 to 3,700 plus?
Okay, si
Mm,
Jolo dyan, ako na yung sa latter half.
um, it's really just building the brand of the, kasi I say product kasi syempre we are organizing it, and then we establish syempre yung trust and yung the environment that you wanted to make sa community tulad sa amin. It's just a very light community, very fun community, very supportive community. That's why yun talaga yung trust yung pinaka kailangan establish para ma-maintain and ma-expand yung group. Yun.
So yung kay Jolo yung foundation, ano, like sa kanya yung parang basic foundation of building a group. Sa amin, yung another thing that we did was yung mga promos, like we did a Steph Curry jersey promo, so that's one. Like what other groups are doing, they're having promos so that they can invite their friends and
Yes.
everything. So those are the other technicalities that we did, yung mga giveaways. So, pero
Yes.
now we haven't done a giveaway lately. We might do something pag reach ng 4,000 to reach 5,000, but nothing final yet. But basically that's what we did. Like Super Kayod from I saw the group when it was 300. So it's
Yeah.
all pro. We really had to do. We had to be creative, and to be honest, we benefited from our time starting last year. Sounds so, di ba parang ang tagal na, but a year really makes a difference considering there are 400, 500 groups now. I think someone told me that na that's the number right now. Also checking because Card Hub did like a post like comment your group here. And then I was like counting. I was like, let me see how many groups commented here. It's like a lot. It's hundreds na. That's hundreds. So that's like how many people don't know Card Hub yet, right? I'm sure there are like 80, 90 plus 100 groups. So I would estimate it to be 500 plus groups now. So ayun, groups who want to start this year have to be more hungrier than we are. kasi yun, nakinabang kami from our time. I think that's the the benefits of being a pioneer.
Yeah. If I may add to that, aside from dun sa yung sa time, having the right time, the right people is important. Yung team ng MLab is so efficient that we really don't need to talk that much. We know our roles, and we have the best person for the best role, such as syempre kay Nico, the main breaker ng MLab, and sa ano naman sa para media team naman kay ano or team o media person sa media naman si Nico, and yung sa mga shipping and storage would be Jet. It's really the best person, the best time, and the best place. Then yung vicinity ng mga bahay namin medyo malalapit and it's a driving distance naman. So it's an
Manila talaga.
advantage talaga. But yung ano nga pala, kung Manila Box Breaks, hindi siya sa Manila binibreak.
Oh, yan. Sa New Manila siya binibreak.
Sa New Manila siya binibreak. Oo. Tapos, at saka hindi rin siya sa Manila ini-store. Sa Quezon City siya ini-store.
Si Jolo lang taga Manila, to be honest.
Right.
At sila ni Nico.
Si Nico.
The Godfather talaga ano sunod.
Oh.
And also as you mentioned earlier, and it's a very very inspiring, at least for me, which also tried to host box breaks, to see that there is a team talaga that works together, that is behind the success of every group na really wanted to be successful in this community, in this industry. Kasi nga, industry na to it's becoming an industry already na talagang may money is around, money is circulating, products are also circulating from boxes to singles to, RAS and all that stuff. Really need to have a team dedicated, hindi lang pastime, hindi lang half put forward or pero I wanted to also ask, other than this, the box break uh, group that you have that you host, do you have other day jobs or any other businesses that you run or you're a part of?
Okay, for me, resident ako sa isang hospital sa Manila. So, I am a neurology and psychiatry resident sa isang hospital na affiliated
See?
ako. Yeah. Si
Kailangan dapat
Nico,
doctor Manila Box Breaks.
no, sorry, just Jolo is fine. And
Right.
Nico has a job as well. Yun.
Yeah, I have a job sa multinational company. Not sure if I can say the name, but a multinational company. Tapos yun yung day job ko. Then pinagkakasya ko na lang yung breaking in between kasi mid-shift ako. Mid-shift is 1 to 12 a.m. So my break is usually breaks ko sa gabi or sometimes when I check my schedule, nagbe-break ako sa afternoon which is rare kasi sometimes madalas may meeting, sometimes wala. So if you see that I break at 4 p.m., 3 p.m., it's because my evening is loaded.
Mhm.
Tapos usually ganun yun, like I would break at 4 p.m. for the first break and then the second one minsan 11 na kasi basta my schedule is dependent on my day job
Mhm.
basically.
No, pero we don't usually see yung struggle nung time. Kasi behind the scenes, you don't see that often. How you juggle the struggle, you juggle your day job and the breaking, no? You don't usually see that. It's good that now we understand and we know. Now you also have day jobs and you try to uh, schedule and make a good schedule of both, no, yung hobby
Yeah.
and yung day jobs.
Yeah.
Going on the second half of our episode, no, I wanted to touch down on siguro yung personal yung attachment based on your experiences doon sa growth ng MLab. We started with the MLab now already and a bit of yourselves. I just wanted to know more about yung how into the hobby pa din kayo and how do you see yourselves and MLab moving forward?
Okay. For me, I'm really humbled with how yung growth ng MLab is sobrang tremendous, exponential. Hindi ko talaga ini-imagine na ganito siya lalaki. Because when I was starting, madami nang established din nun. Hindi lang, kahit na very few, less than 20, but really competent talaga lahat, competitive lahat, and alam na nila yung job na, and learning pa from the start was really hard. Kaya naging inspiration ko din talaga yung mga mas nauna, lalo na ang most influential for me is BPH and sila Boss Jaime and sila Sir Gio sa Bibro, talaga yung mga isa sa mga idol ko.
Boss Nico,
Ayun.
do you actually see yourself doing breaks for
For a
the
living.
maybe for the next 2 years? Do you see yourself doing more breaks for the next 2 years?
Yeah, I see myself doing breaks for the next 2 years because we already see how the hobby is, especially with the upcoming draft class with Jalen Green, who has a strong community with the Filipinos, and we're just gonna get more guys who are just coming in who are gonna be hopefully better and
Mhm.
who has the same star power that we used to see in guys like LeBron, Kobe. So there will always be interest in the hobby for me. That's a personal opinion. And then what else? So I that's why I think that the cards are here to stay. Like I told a friend of mine that yung mga titos natin, mga lolo natin, they're some of them has a hobby na it's related to arts, painting. Sa atin, in the new generation is in cards.
Right.
We already saw the value. Like let's not what do you call this? Like let's not deny it. No, there's so much money in cards. That's the reason why there's so many breakers. There's so many flippers and everything because it's such a lucrative hobby. Like, but for me, I join for the PC. I don't flip as much. I get Halliburtons, I get Zions for a good deal. Pero yun lang yun. I learned how to manage my money when it comes to breaks. And yeah, it's something that, like, to be honest naman, like if you ask me if in a perfect world would I do this for a living, I would. But like for me, like my mom wants me to have, like, alam mo naman, we live in an Asian society, so I still want to perform my day job. I want to work for like a company that has, you may like na may, what do you call this? Like I want to do something on the side, not work. I want to do something on the side na ganito. Like this is my passion. Basketball has always been my passion. So sa cards, I find it so fun. Kaya ano, like kwento ko lang, like during breaks, if you notice, if you watch, whenever I pull something bad, talagang sasabihin ko talagang pangit nito, bakit ko to nakuha? But yun lang, I think that's what people sometimes appreciate, like on why they join the group is because I'm blunt. Some people might not like it and that's fine, but that's what I feel. I feel like the card is shit. Sasabihin ko, galing-ganda naman ito, Grand Trailer. Pero yun lang, it's just, no, yun yung style ko basically. It's like when I'm doing my personal 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 box break. Kasi before I used to buy boxes. Pero like pero yung most expensive ko rin was Select. Pero that was when Select was 40K. Hobby. Select T-Mall pala, 1920. 130K na yun ngayon. Hindi na kaya personal yun. Para at 40K before pa nun, kaya pa, like pag-ipunan mo lang ng 2 months, 3 months, you get a Select T-Mall, then it's fun, diba? Laki ng returns.
Yeah.
Pero yun, hindi na kaya ngayon. But yeah, yun. That's how I'm attached to the cards. I'm very real when it comes to what I pull, what I say. And I'm not sure if like siguro let's say 80% might like it, 20% might not like it. So what's that? I think it's yun yung main draw ng group. It's just us being us.
Yeah, actually it's very evident. No, I can also see yung activity sa chat. It's very, very reflective of your attitude and how you handle the breaks. No, and transitioning to the cards and the products you mentioned earlier, Boss Nico, is there any cards in particular from you and from Boss Jolo that personally you own the PC, yung favorite yung product or yung card or cards, and also your favorite products to present, and maybe also your top 3 best posts so far sa ML?
For me, yung before, I collect yung mga Reggie Miller na cards, although not the Grail ones, just for the PC lang. For now, I personally collect Chigilgius Alexander, yung number 1. Kasi wala akong pambili ng Luka eh. So, SGA, I try to, hinihintay ko yung time niya. And then, Kobe White, na medyo malungkot ako sa PC na yon, pero okay lang, tiwala lang.
Bata pa yun.
And Cole Anthony for this year. Yung ang kasi yung medyo low, medyo mid to low, na may potential. Potential talaga yung binabay ko. And then, particular products na gusto ko is, syempre, Prism. Prism is king. Prism is king. Optic is nice. And Select is a very promising product line ng Panini. Yan lang for me.
Okay, for me, of course, I personally like like what's this like in a breaking kind of aspect or the like oh, sige, well, I talk about in the breaker perspective, in the breaker's perspective. I love noir. So, kitang-kita, like, I don't, like, siguro I own, like, one Halliburton lang na noir na numbered and then auto. Pero I love noir. I think nalason na ako of opening high-end products. Pero before with Jolo, I preferred, medyo same lang naman kami. Prism, Optic up to now, halata. We just opened Optic yesterday. And a few days ago, we love Optic. Ang ganda ng design, napaka-clean, napaka-simple, yung mga jaw.
You just put the jaw.
And, tapos, so Prism, Optic, I love Select. But, the most that we have opened was Select Tmall lang and Hybrid. Hindi kami nakapag-select hobby kasi we were too late. Kasi yung break namin yung grupo namin nun was, hirap pa. You know how it is sa start. Like, hirap talaga makuha. Wala pa yung big hitters, like the big guys who would join the group, like who can just drop like 9K in a break and it's nothing to them. We didn't have that before. So hindi kami maka-select hobby. We didn't have the capital rent to get a select hobby. Tapos, what do you call this? But for me talaga select if we had the capacity before, I would do select hobby all day. Kasi ang ganda, mas trip ko yung design last year more than this year. This year reverted back to like
2017.
Parang ganong levels. Parang ganong levels.
Designs.
I'm not saying it's ugly, but I prefer the courtside design last year. It looked like a wave with a V, right? It's more sharp. Now it's back to the wavy courtside. I personally don't like it. But it's select. So para okay, sige, I'll break it pa rin. And mas abot kaya na yung prices. So but ayun, those are my favorites. As a breaker, I love Noir. Tapos next is Prism Fast Break. I don't love Prism Hobby. For some reason, may galit sa amin ng Prism Hobby. We never got good pulls with Prism Hobby. But Prism Fast Break, laging may something. So, yun yung mga personal biases ko.
Cool. So, as you mentioned, no, you love those products and you wanted to continue breaking those products, no? Do you see any expansion of Manila Box Breaks to a different platform, maybe a different product, or overseas joiners in the future?
Jolo, ikaw yan. Hindi ko alam.
It's gonna be a challenge kung yung sa international because yung logistics would be how should I say, a nightmare?
Potential nightmare.
It's a sarili.
Si Jolo kasi nag-handle ng namin, international shipping, nationwide shipping. So, kaya gets a nightmare ba? I wouldn't know. I don't know.
And then, mahal talaga yung pag-international. So, we would like to really expand as much as we could here in the Philippines. Just providing yung quality and quantity breaks na yung isa rin sa mga goal namin is to provide really the budget friendly. Can have the budget friendly breaks and yung talagang premium breaks, should I say.
Yeah, perfect. And as we go to the quality of the episode for the future, just wanted to ask, and you touched it earlier. You touched the practices that you've been doing, and the positives that you have in your group that made you this successful, if we may say, and you've grown to one of the biggest groups in Facebook with almost 4K followers. Just wanted to ask from both Boss Nico and Boss Jolo. Any best practices you would like to add for aspiring box breakers who just started and wanted to have their groups get more membership and more breaks moving forward?
For me, it's really first building the trust to the community that you serve, and you should individualize kung what yung the type of community that you have, And if what they love, for example, if they love noir, you provide them with that product.
Mhm.
Or if the community demands kunyari mga old school, you provide them as well. And giving the variety of the breaks would be helpful. And yung ano talaga, just build your identity kung ano yung gusto nyong type of box break community. And then you believe on that. And syempre, the passion and the attitude of the team and the commitment must be there. Yun lang. Si Nico, baka marami pang masabi.
Uh this is more like just to make sure I got that question right. This is for aspiring new breakers, right? In yung
Uh,
is it
yes, aspiring new breakers and probably kasama siguro yung mga umabot na ng mga 50 or 30 or 50 that would
um
eventually help them build their groups pa.
so well, Jolo said the foundations already. I think yung team is one factor. Some people think na they can do it all alone, pero hindi. Sobrang drain. Ako talaga kahit bayaran mo ako like bayaran mo ako ng marami to do sorting, hindi ko talaga gagawin. So depende talaga, at least nag-mesh kaming lahat. Considering I don't like, to be honest, I see the Jolo, Jet at Nico. Di ko sila kilala prior naman. Na-meet ko lang sila sa breaking eh. Nagkataon nag-mesh lang personalities namin. Which is lucky kasi hindi naman that's not normal. Nagkataon lang talaga. I think luck was a big part of from our end na hindi nagka-clash yung personalities namin. So that's one. Madali sila katabaho. So that's number one. I think number two is yung push yung I dedicate like 1 to 2 hours per week to just decide what boxes we're gonna break for the week. Gonna like that's I really set
Right.
aside because
Yes.
box combinations is such a big thing. Some people think na just because okay 130 cards okay na to.
Right.
Ako kasi I create box combos that I would like to join. Yun yung perspective ko lagi. It hasn't failed me yet. Na parang okay itong break to sasali ako. Hindi ako gagawa ng break na okay malaki profit dito. It's always like ito yung boxes na sasalihan ko. People might join this as well. So ayun, that's my perspective to creating boxes. And then with regards to filling, we we all had to go through the same thing. Nag-fatals minis kami. Like some people said, di kayo nag-fatals in minis. No? Sabi ko, we did. Up to break 60, 70. Pero that was a product of our time. No? That is the prices talaga. Who knows, we might come back to that one. But thankfully, in 2020 nito, prices are bearable for that. If you would say it that way. Tapos, what else? I think that's pretty much it. Just go through the grind. Wag ma-discourage. I've had a lot of conversations with breakers saying that they're frustrated. It's not filling in 2 days. And I was like, took us sometimes 4 to 5 days before when we were starting. Sometimes a week.
Right.
It took us like a week before, and then gradually decrease siya from 4 to 3 to 2 to 1. And then same day, now we're doing 2 breaks a day, 3 for a weekend. So, and now we're 3 at 97. So it's just a matter of going through the grind, making sure that it doesn't get in the way of your day. If you're a student, you don't forget about your studies. If you have a day job, you don't neglect your day job. So it's really a juggling of priorities in time management. Basically it. But for me talaga, it's the box combinations. Talaga kasi sabi kay Jolen, sabi ko, box combo yung nagdadala sa atin eh. Sabi, kasi kung pangit yung combo natin, walang sasali. Yun lang, it's more of technicalities talaga. And I think if I think personality ng breaker, not to toot my own horn, no, but I'm just saying that the reason I joined Jolo kasi not sure kung naabutan mo siya Sir J, but you should go back to MLab 1, 2, 3, siya nagbe-breaks. May weird humor si Jolo eh. Nakakatawa. Ang dami niya sinasabi. Nakakatawa.
Yeah.
Tapos he says it monotonously. Hindi, wala siyang monotonously niya sasabihin. Tatawa ako dito. Tapos si Marv is very expressive si Marv. When it comes to if he doesn't get a good pull, ma-feel mo sa voice niya. Si Maki naman, nakakatawa rin, mga green jokes si Maki, ganyan, everyone has their own, especially with Jaime, forgot to mention
Definitely.
Jaime and all of this, no?
Definitely.
Pero si
Yes, sir.
BPH kasi, the reason I didn't get to mention BPH at the start was because I didn't know about BPH. Ang starting ko was ITZ, HXM, MLab.
MLab.
Not in order, not in any particular order, but yun. Si Jolo nagsabi sa akin about BPH. Sabi niya, you should check out BPH. Pero BPH. And then yun, doon ko lang nalaman si na Jaime. So, sumali na rin
Yeah.
ako kay Jaime. Up to now, sumasali pa ako kay Jaime. Kahit,
Yeah.
di ba? So, it's dun sa personality eh. Like, some breakers don't succeed, I think, is because they try to, dare I say, copy. Di ba? Like, if that's for lack of a better word, just be yourself. Wag mo gayahin yung punchline ni ganito. Not say, wala namang patama to for anyone. This is just in general, no? Like, ako, I want to be who I am, no? I don't like to copy. Ayoko namang kopyahin yung style ni Jolo, di ba? Like, kaya ko ba i-pull off to begin with? So, ano lang talaga eh. It's just that. Ang daming technicalities if you think about it.
Yeah.
It's just not the boxes profit. It's a lot of things.
It's like trying to at least letting everything go naturally, no? Kasi based on your stories, no, from the start of MLab to how it grew and how you're maintaining it, it feels like everything has been naturally growing, no? Walang pilit, walang walang halong bola siguro. Everything's been always been truthful and always been natural along the way in your growth, no? And then that's very, 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 very a perfect way to tell everyone at least yun gayahin nila. I'm not saying that they try to emulate what you did, but I guess for the future breakers din.
Yeah, pero for me, like, just to add, no, like, siguro they can copy, like, various styles. Like, kunyari, so hybrid, I think si Jolo nag-start niyan. I don't think yung hybrid na PYT team random, I think we can say na kami na una dyan. Kasi si Jolo yung first time niya ginawa yun, sabi niya gawin natin to. Kasi we were desperate at that time to fill. We want to stand out, no? So, sabi niya, gawin natin hybrid. Half PYT, half TR. So, yun.
Yeah.
Di ba? Si Jolo yun eh. Wala akong ibang...
Yeah, before kasi, parang ako yung nag-ayos yung mga types of break. So, Team Random was very hard to fill in before. And then I tried na mixing, ganyan nga, yung hybrid type of break is really, should I say, buti na mention yun din, Nico, is parang yun yung aming bread and butter, should I say, sa breaks. And hindi kasi kami ganun kalakas sa Team Random before eh.
Wala. Hindi talaga gumagalaw pag team run. As in, nagde-dread kami pag team run. Especially if above 1K. Parang sabi ko, wag na lang. PYT na lang.
Yeah. And parang hybrid is giving a variety for people that wants team random, and then the other half would be a pick your team. But for me, as kasi ako sumasali pa rin ako sa ibang breaks, usually case breaks, talagang pick your team yung gusto ko.
Diba?
For me lang. Kumbaga, the half of worrying is paid off na. Parang ganun.
Okay. So, again, guys, it's been a pleasure hearing your stories. It's been a pleasure hearing your side. We don't always see this side of Manila Box Breaks. And we're very, very, really happy that you've given us the chance to invite you in the show and be on the show. And hopefully in the next couple of months with Project Hard Hub is hopefully not magtuloy-tuloy. We can again invite you guys for another episode. Hopefully any updates on MLab and future activities. But right now, I would like to give you all the time you need to please do invite your members, invite your future members, invite them into your groups, and tell them what's up and what's coming up on Manila Box Breaks.
So I'm inviting all yung mga hobbies sa cards. If you have time and the capacity to join our breaks, we would gladly provide you yung talagang parang sulit na breaks, and really the quantity and the quality of the break. So we hope to see you in our community. Si Nico would be there, continuing breaking for you guys. I hope you had a great time, and I would like to thank yung mga sumasali talaga. Very supportive community. So, walang M-Lab kung walang M-Lab community.
Ayun, so for the same, we always like to invite you to our breaks every day. We always have a mix of course, to satisfy everyone who loves the high end, who likes the middle tiers and low tiers. I wouldn't say low tiers, siguro I would say na parang afford the breaks, mga ganon.
Right. For the break. Right.
Yeah.
Mga ganon.
Like,
Ayun, may term dun eh. Ano ba yun?
low risk,
budget
high
break,
reward.
ayun, budget break. Yun, budget
Low
break.
risk, low risk,
Low risk, high reward.
reward.
Yan, yung mga cello, no? Tapos, yeah, just join anytime. We love to have new members as well, just to keep the community fresh. And then, yeah, I mean, we're here for the long run. Hindi naman, I don't see cards going down. I mean, it's like the stock market. It has its ups and downs. It has its lows, but it's something that would stay. Considering Panini has already learned its lesson with regards to overprinting and stuff. I think they're well aware of that. I mean, medyo may pagka-overprint ngayon kay Lamelo. So, but they were able to control it with the numbered cards and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, just join our breaks. We're chill lang kami. Pag may questions kayo, sasagutin naman namin pag hindi kami busy. Since we have day jobs nga, no, hindi yung naka-reply.
Yun din yung isang part sa MLab na kahit magtanong kayo regarding, we appreciate na yung mga sumasali sa amin is asking for advices regarding the cards and yung minsan may mga tatanong before yung mga prices ng cards. I get a lot of PMs regarding that. So, open lang naman yung community. You can PM us para lang matulungan din namin kayo. So, we're just open here to serve you. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So again, guys, thank you again for being in the show. We would like to have more time to talk to you guys. However, we wanted to make sure that may suspense pa ng konti for the next guesting, no? Para we can talk more the next time. But again, guys, thank you for your time and for being in the show. And for everyone, again, thank you for watching. And please do check out Manila Box Breaks on both Facebook and Instagram. We have facebook.com/groups/Manila Box Breaks and on Instagram.com/Manila Box Breaks. And also, please do support Card Hub and Card Hub Breaks and the Project Card Hub. Also on Facebook/cardhub.ph and also on Instagram, cardhub.ph. So again, guys, this is Jay for Project Card Hub. God bless. Stay safe. Good night.